What's going on, fellas? This is Sir Studmuffin, leader of Affliction, and today we're going to give you a tutorial of how to use Skitch because I know that I've had a lot of complaints about this application. Now, this is the best way that I can do this on the computer. It's going to be slower for me as well because I'm used to doing it on the iPad, and it literally takes me 5-10 minutes maximum. Especially if you have a plan going through your head, it lets you visualize what your plan is. And there's so many different things that I can say about this app. So let's just show you around a little bit. So mine's going to be a little bit different, but here on the right side, you have your line marker. So if you want to draw different lines, you can do it that way. Let's see, undo, undo. It's a little different though, like I said, but it's same concepts. You can actually draw your arrows, and that's very important. We have a color code if you didn't know, and then you can do your typing. So that's what's on the right hand side. And those are really okay, there's one more thing actually. You also need to have your circles. So you got your circles so that you can draw your spells. Now you can change the width of the circles and whatnot. You can zoom in and out. Let's see. I believe you can change the width. Yep, over here, if you look at this, there you go. And now it's a little bit better. I'm going to zoom out just a little. Okay, here we go. Now here on the other side, you have all your different colors. To go over the colors, white for us is going to mean a golem, and you're going to indicate that with an arrow. So here was my attack on this base, and I'll kind of show you what my plan was. So basically what I did here, you have your two arrows, and this is my two golems, and then I also brought my wall breakers, and they're breaking this wall. So that's how I indicate it with this white circle. And that's what you want to do. Now red, I'm not going to show this right now, but if you draw red with arrows, that's a dragon. Okay, and I have the colors on band in the notices. Okay, pink is lava hounds. Don't ask me why. It's just the only color really we had left. Orange is your hogs, which I will use in this attack. Yellow is going to be... Actually, I don't think we have yellow as anything, I want to say. I think we actually took that out. I know green, though, is other. Blue is your whiz. And black is your loons. I believe that's everything that we have. You know, if you bring Valkyries, that's an other troop because you don't necessarily bring Valkyries all the time. These are just some of the most common troops for the most common 3-star methods. Now I know this screenshot does not give you the full base, but there's really not that much else that's left out. So I couldn't, for some reason, get the picture fully onto my computer. I don't know why. We'll go ahead and show you what I do when I'm doing Skitch. Show you some of the things that I think about when I'm planning and whatnot. And there are other videos to show you some other stuff with Skitch earlier from my old clan days. So when I'm looking at this base, I'm looking at dropping 2 golems for extra tanking. Now the reason for that being is because, let's go ahead and do green. I know that probably right here is a giant bomb, and right here are some giant bombs. I'm guessing he's probably got a Tesla right here. He's got a Tesla right here. And maybe a Tesla down here as well. I know I've already attacked this base, and I don't remember exactly where they were. There might be a Tesla right here, or something like that. But where his traps are and stuff are fairly obvious for the most part, just because you can't have a whole lot of space for double giant bombs. So those are really my only threats there. So I'm neutralizing this giant bomb set right here. You can see my arrow. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is planning your funnel. Now, I have explained funneling to a few different people. There's a few different videos on it, but here I'll give you the quick and dirty guide to funneling real quick, and I'll make a guide to funneling as well. So with funneling, what you want to do is you want to create a path for your troops. So I put down a whiz here, I put down a whiz here, and I put down a whiz here. Now the reason I do that is because my whiz are going to take out this, they're going to take out this, and they're going to take out this. Now they're also going to move on to take out this and this. So I'm just going to show you with a large arrow, right? So these kind of defenses and area is pretty much neutralized for the most part. So it'd be taking out this and this and this to where you can kind of see bit of a funnel, right? You can kind of see with arrows, borders being drawn. I'm making sure to take out outer defenses, outer structures, whatever it is, whether it's a dragon attack, go wee wee, go wipe, doesn't matter. You always want to take out the outer structures so that your troops go in. So this one I'm taking out because I want to clear this area. I want to kind of make a line of wizards in a sense, but you want to make sure those two outer whiz are essential because those are the ones that are going to be let me just undo. Those are the ones that are going to be creating your funnel. So those are really my funnel whiz. Okay, so we have my funnel whiz. Now, the next step is you want to figure out kind of what is your main attack going to be. So when I was looking at this base, I knew that I wanted to bring giants. So this green arrow is going to indicate giants, and it's pretty obvious what that is. But I also kind of did a little. I think I put on my plan something to indicate that as well. We're basically going to show you what I did. So when you're doing, this is more of a complex attack too, and I'm showing you me doing the sketch to show you how important it is in showing or kind of explaining complex attacks. So these 3 lines right here and these 2 lines right here are going to indicate 3 hogs and 2 hogs. Now, since I brought my giant here, it's going to tank for these 3 defenses. This archer tower here, this cannon here, and this archer tower here, if it'll let me. There we go. Those are all going to be shooting at this giant, right? Now let me undo that. Okay, so when you have hogs in this scenario, you usually want to bring 3 hogs per archer tower or cannon, and you want to bring 2 per whiz tower and 1 to 2 per mortar, 1 to 2 per Tesla. Maybe 3 a Tesla, mainly because that defense usually shoots pretty quick. Now for expos, most people won't have their expos on the outside. So, like I said, this is going to be me doing this very slow just to show you how I do it, but it usually takes me about 5-10 minutes. Now, okay, so you see my hogs up here, and then I usually draw, it's going to be harder on the computer. There we go, that's pretty good 5. So this 5 indicates these hogs up here. That's 5 hogs, so that kind of lets me know when I'm counting my troops. So then I'm going to drop 2 hogs here. So here's another 5. Okay, I'm going to drop. Since I am the only person in the clan now that Sis got kicked, I am the only person with level 4 golems. I am bringing CC hogs, so that's 6 hogs there. And then I'm going to bring 2 down here, 2 down here, because I think those are Teslas and such. Now I'm also going to bring a giant, and I believe I'll put that giant to tank right about here. Now with the giant tanking in a surgical hog attack, just to get in that briefly, there's a lot of defenses, a lot of different things that would be hitting your troops, i.e. the Tesla here, the arch tower here. Actually, I think I put it more so like right there, because these 2 defenses would be attacking that. Actually, it'd be like right here. Then you get the Tesla to draw in, and then I also would do it down here because same thing, Tesla, Arch Tower. Now these aren't necessarily needed, but it does help give your hogs a little bit of time to get onto those defenses and gives it a little bit of tanking. And that's pretty useful value out of one troop. So then I believe I would bring 3 hogs down here with 2 here. So let's see, this is 10, this is 16, 20. Now I believe I brought 23. So my ending numbers are probably just going to be 3 down here. So can't remember exactly everything, but that's about right with that. So those are your troops, right? I was just showing you an example of a surgical hog, which is a very sophisticated attack. Okay, now you know that with the next thing you need to understand is kind of your troop pathing and stuff like that. So I drop my heel here because I know that these defenses, or the hogs that hit these defenses, are going to go in this way because I'm anticipating, I'll draw this with green arrows, my kill squad to take out this and hopefully this, although that's not necessarily a given, and maybe this. I believe that's what it actually took out an actual attack. I have already attacked this base and I did get a 3-star. So, anyhow, I know my troops are going to path like that. Now, I actually only brought 2 heal spells in this raid, interestingly enough. And so the second one that I brought was down here because I wasn't sure if you had a single giant bomb up there or if there's Tesla down here. So I brought another heal spell right there. So, obviously you want to use the colors of the spell for your attack. You know, yellow is obviously heal, green jump, red rage, and blue lightning. And you just draw an X for the area that you're taking out with lightning. Now, what I'm doing here is I brought a jump with a rage. And actually my rage is more like, let's see if I can, well, let me click it. Okay, that's cool. Yep, here we go. So the rage is probably more like that. Now the reason I brought the rage is because I brought 2 golems because I want extra tanking. I'm bringing more wizards and some witches, and I want to take out a large portion of the base, including the CC and whatnot. And the numbers around this allow me to do that. Now, if I would have, when I watched my attack, what I would have done differently, I probably would have put my heal cell more like that, but for the sake of this attack and not knowing where things were, I put my heal spell there because I wanted to give my hogs some time. But what I did not anticipate is this expo actually got taken out. And so that was kind of interesting, and I did not expect that. That's why I wanted a heal spell for my hogs. So those are a couple things there. Now, what you also want to do in a hog attack is you want to save some for cleanup in terms of whiz. So I saved 2 whiz in my actual attack. And the final thing that you need to do in planning is pretty simple. You just need to do your numbers. Now, when I say do your numbers, that means get your troops down and figure out how much troops you have. So what you do, it's pretty simple. You go on your iPhone, take out a calculator, go on whatever, just get a calculator real quick, and figure out what your troops are. That allows me to say, well, you might need some more hogs, you might need some more whiz, whatever it is. So for this, I already know what mine was. I had 2 golems. I brought 4 wall breakers. Now that might be a little bit enough, or it's usually 3 wall breakers per level 9 defense, or level 9 walls, but I brought 1 more just in case you had a Tesla or whatever it was. I also brought, let's see, 7 wizards. And so I use these 3 at the beginning, in addition to 2 more, and then I add 2 for cleanup. I brought 2 witches, which helps with tanking. And it's inferred really if they have enemy CC that you're going to bring a poison spell, so you don't have to put that. You know, you always want to just put the poison spell on the actual or in the base wherever it encounters your troops early, stuff like that. I have 23 hogs. and 3 giants. So there you have it there. Those are my numbers, right? That allows me to tell you how much troops I have, and that it doesn't take long. For these numbers, this is 250 space because I have 220 camp space plus 30 CC space. That's pretty simple. That's honestly, it's a really easy thing to do, and I don't know what that little error was. I guess someone sent me a message or something. Anyhow, that's literally all it is to planning on Skitch. That's a very complicated plan. There are a lot simpler plans that you could do. For example, let me just show you a different plan quickly, just because this is really a guide, right? So I would never attack this with dragons, but if you were to take out an area with dragons, you just draw an X. That indicates triple lightning. Now I know that nowadays you would have a lightning with quake spell, 2 lightning and a quake spell. If that's what you do, then still draw the blue X. For quake spells, I think what we're going to do is just do orange, and you can just draw like a circle on that and what you're going to hit. So that's basically what I would do there. You know, with dragons, you're just going to come in and show arrows. But you want to show your funnel drag, so what I always do is I have 2 green arrows to indicate where my funnel is, and I will make a video on funneling if you don't understand it. I posted a one hive video on that, but I will make the nitty-gritty on funneling because I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. Not gonna get into the semantics of this attack because it's a complicated attack, but I wanted to show you how to sketch a complicated attack and how easy really it is. I mean, for how much the main part of the planning, how long did it take me? Like 3-4 minutes. I mean, that's pretty simple if you know what to do. And a lot of people know what they want to do already. If you're not sure, talk about it in regular chat. You know, post the snapshot and just talk about that for a little bit. And then when you kind of have it more solidified, make a sketch to show that you know what they're talking about. Let's see, another attack. So if I was to do Golaloon, right? You're going to indicate. Let's just say, I wouldn't go all in this space either, but okay, let's say we're bringing 4 hounds, so you would draw your arrows on your hounds to show where you'd be dropping them from. Then you'd bring your loons, and with Golaloon, or really any attack that involves loons, you usually want to do 2 per archer tower, 1 per cannon, so you know, numbers about like this, 1 per whiz tower, and 2 per Tesla. And you can kind of see where I'm going with here. And then let's see, so there's 2, 3, here's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3. So that's all pretty simple, right? Nothing really that took that long. I know exactly what my numbers are, and boom, I just put it down. With your main attack, what I usually do, I don't think I actually did it for this plan, but I will draw an arrow with any other troop besides the golems that are going in, and I would say, okay, so I'm going to bring 2 witches and heroes and 2 wizards as well, and that's going to go in with my main squad, and that way you know. So pretty simple there. Let's see, any other attack? Go Valo. It's honestly, a lot of it's pretty standard. If you want to put P.E.K.K.A.s in there, you put other. Write down how many troops are going to be in your other category. Put your heroes if you plan on using all your heroes. And that's honestly about it. If you're going to do hogs, let's say you want to do 2 finger, you can just do 2 finger like, oh, that was a bad arrow. Oh, let me, if I can fix this arrow here. Okay, that's cool. I think my calibration, there we go. My calibration on my computer for some reason is off. But 2 finger down here. So that indicates that you have 2 groups of hogs that are going to be going there. And of course, if you haven't seen already, I keep clearing my annotations, and that just clears everything that's written on the snapshot. Let's see, what else? If you're going to do an Asian wall of hogs, what I usually do is you just draw a line of hogs, because you're literally doing a line. And on this base, I would not do an Asian wall of hogs, because there are a lot of traps that could trip your hogs up, and that would not be smart. Plus, there are double giant bombs. And it's better to do surgical in that case. If you're going to do 1 finger, obviously you just want to put 1 finger. And if it's hogs, you just have an orange arrow, and that's all you need, because we have a key for that. Any other color that I'm missing? No, I don't believe so. So that about wraps this video up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys understand how to use Skitch. I have other videos on my channel to show kind of what I was thinking in certain scenarios, and I'm sure my thinking on the game has changed, but I would definitely watch that if you don't know how to sketch. Watch some of my older videos, because that really helps. I'm also going to be making a video regarding the initial part of an attack, whether it's go wee wee, go wipe, go valo, go ho, go laloon. Those 5 different attacks, I'm going to show you kind of the beginning of that and how to do that in a different video. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know it's probably pretty boring, but it's very important to learn and understand. Please watch those other videos if you haven't yet. Expect War Recap number 3 coming up here tomorrow, and then also expect that other video I was talking about after that. This is Sir Stud Muffin, leader of Affliction. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.